welcome to RawHealth.ca. I'm Danielle and this is Tony.
And today we're going to make Nori Rolls.
These are fantastic, great substitute for regular sushi. The difference here being instead of rice, we're going to use a nut pate and then fill the nori roll with a variety of vegetables.
So first we have to make our nut pate. Today we're going to use walnuts and we're going to season them with Bragg's Liquid Soy, which is one of the very few soys on the market that are non-genetically modified and are organic. We're going to use some Poultry Seasoning, which has like thyme and celery salt and sage in it. We're going to use some Oceans Alive, available at RawHealth.ca. We're going to use that to add a sort of salty flavor to it, and it's a very healthy plankton. And we're going to use some dulse or kelp, depending on what you like, and some olive oil. So let's get started.
So we have a food processor. If you don't have one, not to worry, you can use a traditional mortar and pestle. It is always nice to ensure that there is some consistency to the nut, so don't grind them too fine, leave a little bit of chunk, and it adds a nice little texture.
So we have here a cup of walnuts, which we're going to put in the food processor, and a nice healthy squirt of Oceans Alive. We're going to take about half a teaspoon of Poultry Seasoning, and I think we're going to use some kelp.
Great.
The kelp adds sort of a salty flavor to it and sort of matches with the nori roll and the whole seaweed feel of the dish.
Both the kelp and the dulse are available at RawHealth.ca, and it is a great salt substitute.
And we're going to need some olive oil. I'm just going to add in a bit. Really, the olive oil is there to help turn over the dish when we're food processing it. And then we'll add soy sauce to help it turn over as well. So.
Beautiful.
A lot of this is seasoned to taste, basically. So if you wanted a little more salty soy, add some more soy. If you find it's too spicy, add more nuts just to bland it down a bit. We've got a nice thick consistency and we're gonna get started on the nori rolls.
The key is to again ensure that it's not too wet. If it is too wet, it will seep through the nori sheet. So you wanna make sure that it's still a dry, thick consistency. Always err on the side of safety.
Awesome.
So all you need is your standard Nori Roller, a Nori Sheet, which is available at your local health food store or grocery store. And we're going to start with the nut pate, but as you can see, we've already pre-sliced quite a few vegetables that we're going to use. We're going to use sliced cucumber, as well as the carrots. We're going to use a few sprouts, some salad mix that has been freshly sprouted, and finally some avocado.
Lay down our nut pate.
So that's the first thing we lay down, nice and smooth. You're just gonna push it across. I always like to be generous with the pate. It's my favorite part of the sushi. And don't be shy, use your fingers if you need to make sure it's evenly pressed along the sheet.
Now it's vegetable time. So we'll take a couple of cucumbers.
Just gonna lay them flat across. Then we're gonna move on to carrot. It's a nice added texture. We're gonna take our sprouts.
These are sunflower sprouts.
Ocean sprouted, which are fantastic.
And then next up is our sprouted salad mix.
And we're going to take a little bit more of that.
And last up is Tony's favorite, the avocado.
And we'll just take a few of those. All right, perfect. So everything's nice and piled. Now here's the tricky part. Now you got to roll it. So it's okay if you lose a little bit. But the key is to roll with the mat. So using your fingers, really press hard. Make sure everything is tucked in there. Then you're gonna take it and you're gonna yank the nori with the mat. Tighten it up. And we're gonna keep rolling. To seal it, you just need a little bit of water. You're just gonna put that little bit of water on the edge and it will seal shut. We're just gonna cut it in half.
I like it.
All right. So on an angle always makes for a nice presentation. And look at that. Gorgeous. Serve it with a little bit of Bragg's Liquid Soy on the side, but you'll be amazed at how beautiful this tastes with such a simple recipe.
Mind if I have one?
No, please.
Thanks, that'd be great.
What's the verdict?
Awesome.
Then I'm gonna have one too.
Ah! Mwah. Come on back to RawHealth.ca where you can pick up some of these great items sold here, and we'll have more recipes for you very soon. Take it easy.
See you next time.
I got a double dip, bud.